Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the finale episode for City Bus Manager. This may find some of you a little bit sad, maybe, but this game has been fun. It's been good, but I've kind of reached the point now where we're snowballing and it's too easy. So I think this is a good time to just do everything we want to do and wrap it up. So I have 222,000, making tons of money every day. And now I can just flat out, if I just let this run for a little bit longer anyway, I could just flat out buy 6 of these 0405Gs brand new, load them up with my duck bus template, and then have them shipped here all in one big order. I'm down to $500. That's going to change, but all my new buses are just going to start flowing in, and I've got tons of parking spaces for them. Every time I do anything that's changing my base, if you will, my base of operations here, it slows down the game a little bit. So I have to kind of, I think I need a new CPU. I don't know, maybe. It's an 8700K. It's overclocked. I think that's good, but I mean, it's also very old. I mean, Intel's on like what, their 14th generation or something now. So my CPU is maybe 5 years overdue, 4 years old or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, we got tons and tons of buses. So what I wanted to do is save up a little bit of extra cash. We're making 150,000 a day. This is what I mean, like by snowballing, you know? I mean, I could just raise the price of my tickets and it's still going up even if I did. So I think it's probably time. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to add a couple of sections here. And I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but I kind of like, somebody mentioned, like, you know, getting up where Eminem lives. I think he's like over in this area, so I'd like to go get that. And then I'm going to make like a little route through here and a little route through here just to sort of get all these people connected and see. Most of these buses are just completely overcrowded all the time. And I'd love to, you know, do something about that. But, oh, this bus is, yeah, there we go. Actually, pretty much all of my old buses can now be put up for sale. So we'll just say sell bus. We'll say we want to sell it for, let's say, that much. We'll try to sell this. Nope. I've already tried to sell that one. Let's go back over to, like, wow. Not going to profit on this one. I might have, this one was bought brand new. That's why. That's okay. I'll still sell it because, nah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. It was brand new before. Just let it go, man. So anyway, I'm up to 56. I can buy 2 more of these things now if I want to, but I'm just kind of buying the ones with maximum seating. And yeah, for research, we've got pretty much everything done. I can expand. I promise this one more time, but I think the game has kind of played itself out to the point where I don't really need to do that anymore. So let's go north and east, and we'll expand ourselves like that. We have all these different stands here for the service center, and there are still some people that every once in a while will have to sit down, but I mean, the wait time is 5 minutes maximum. Nobody's going to complain about a 5-minute wait at the bus station. I wouldn't think. I think it's understandable. 4.8 stars for the people mover. So overall, I think the game it's been fun. It's got a lot of positive things going for it. I like it. It's a casual game though, right? So it's some people have said, actually, the most populous opinion that I've seen so far in my comments, it's kind of something that's been repeated by, I want to say, as many as 6 or 7 different people already, has been that this is not a game that they would play, but for some reason it's just really nice to watch. And that pretty much sums up the mood for most casual games, I think, for most people. Because these are games, we talk about them a lot of times for a lot of the games we've played on this channel, where they're hurry up and wait games. And I think City Bus Manager has a little bit of hurry up and wait to it, but there are things that's been installed in the game that kind of counteract that a bit, like having to repair things on an ongoing basis, having to click each individual bus and click clean, click each individual bus and click, you know, refuel, etc. Unfortunately, though, the ways that you counteract the whole hurry up and wait and by keeping the player busy in that manner is also a little bit tedious. I would love to see more automation popped into some of these things. The fact that my employees are not smart enough to clean a bus as soon as it arrives is a little bit weird. I don't particularly understand why all of my employees have to be on the premises at all times, even through the night. They're all just walking around the different offices and things, and I don't know if that's impacting CPU performance at all to have to like go in and have pathing going for these guys. I would just hope that they would, you know, like, is all the pathing here actually adding to the calculations? Maybe, I don't know. So I think there's some things that could potentially be done to mitigate some of the performance issues. But ultimately, though, I do find that while there are opportunities to, like, say, clean this bus, go clean this bus, go clean this bus, this stuff should just be automated. If we can automate the schedules for the buses, we should be able to automate cleaning schedules for employees and things too. Like this should be an automatic thing. Bus comes back, immediately go clean it, right? Another thing I'd like to see done is the shift scheduler. I would really like to see this shift scheduler adhere or at least pay attention to the number of passengers that are going to be needed on that. Route 2, all throughout the day, is quite a busy route, and yet my smallest bus is on that route. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. This incentivizes, with the scheduler, it incentivizes me to basically make my entire fleet the 0405G because it has the highest capacity and it has the most seats. And it's just so I should have the entirety of my whole lot should just be a bunch of these. But I unfortunately can't do that very well either because the roads don't adequately line up with the spacing that I would need for a large parking spaces. So it would have been unfortunately they didn't do this, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more freeform with the road tool to kind of move in half steps so that I could make the lot the way I wanted, but it just isn't available to do that. This is the part of the series where I normally like try to give feedback and stuff, right? If I come out here, I actually don't know what this is. There's a very large structure there. Okay, so we're actually not north enough yet. We have to continue to go north here. So this road here, how I'm finding it basically is we need to take this road right here. Okay, Gratiot Avenue. It goes all the way up to here and it meets up with the big Edsel Ford Freeway here. And so from this, we need to keep going up north, and it's like right over in this area. So I need to go just a little bit more to the north if it lets me. So let me just see real quick. And it looks like I need 30% network coverage in order to do that, which I thought I had already, but looks like my network is 25%. Of course, because I've expanded the map, I won't have as big a percentage anymore. That makes actually total sense. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of routes here. All right, so I got a bunch of routes kind of over out in this area now to connect all these people, but obviously I need a lot more routes if I'm going to connect all of them. I've also stretched it out over into this area and stuff too, but even with all that, it's still only 24%. So you got to do a lot of bus routes to get to this 35% after increasing it by like 2 different levels on each side, or 1 level, I guess, on 2 different sides. It's a lot. This big thing, figured out what this is. This is a GM manufacturing plant. Because, you know, Detroit, man, General Motors is all over the place here. So this is a GM plant. So my new route actually connects it at 2 different spots here just to kind of get people into working at the plant if they'd like to. And this route that takes them all the way through here is estimated to be about 260 people. So there's a lot of people that want this route, and that makes sense because people want to take the bus to go make cars. So as a little bit ironic if you think about it. I mean, well, maybe not, but in a sense that they're taking public transit so that they can go and create individual cars. I just find it humorous in a very subtle way, in that if you know, the public transit ends up being very popular, if the thing that they prefer to take to work is the preferred method, it will put them out of work. If you think about it, like, you know, they're making, in a sense, people who take public transit are not going to buy cars to, you know, drive themselves to work. So in a way, they're working for their replacement, or rather, they're riding the replacement for their job, in a sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm very tired. Just been sprinting videos, man. So I'm trying to sell all my small buses now too. I'm just going in and saying I want to sell pretty much every small bus. So we'll have only medium buses on every single route as I go. And of course, every day I'm making tons of money, and I'm just going to keep buying the really big buses as I go too. This one is perfect. Thank you. We'll go into the marketplace. If I can get it for cheaper, like if I can get it secondhand, then I take it. But oftentimes the 0405G is just simply not available secondhand. And so I just find it's way easier for me to just go in and say, okay, this bus's price keeps going up. It's $41,000 now. It wasn't that expensive before, so they just keep making it more pricey every time I buy more. I guess that's the way it is. We'll buy 4 more then, and we'll get the duck bus template, and away you go. As we buy more buses, you go to the marketplace, and I don't know if this is going to go up tomorrow or not, but yeah, 41,000 is just what it is. But I'm just lining up my lot with all these buses and then letting the auto scheduler take it from there. So tomorrow, auto schedule everything, please, basically. And I'll keep going with this until I get automatically schedule everything for tomorrow too. I'll keep doing this until I get to, I guess, 35%. And I'm not entirely sure I can. I'll be frank with you. I don't think I can actually get to 35% today. I'm not sure it's really worth getting all the way up here to Eminem's house. You know, like, why? As more I think about it, right, the hours I'm going to spend trying to get this whole map covered to the point of 35%, I'm going to end up with millions of dollars, and you know what I mean? Like, I think the game's played its course. I think it has. I think we've done everything I really care to do in it. But maybe you guys will check it out. Maybe you guys will, you know, this is a fun game to play. It is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not like sponsored or anything by them. It's a fun game to play if you're into a casual gaming experience. If you're into something that's difficult, this is not your game. If you're into something that's just kind of gets your brain working every once in a while and just like, oh, I can expand it here and here, and where am I going to put this? Then this is a game for you. I think it could work. I would love replayability in it. And I'm not, to be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of replayability with it. Yes, you can go to different locations. Yeah, you can make the maps different. But the core loop, if you will, the core gameplay experience that you're going to be targeting for yourself is the same. Regardless of what the map looks like, it's going to be the same, right? There's not really a whole lot of differences there. It's just about whether the map has, you know, do you have river? Do you have a bridge? It doesn't matter because the lines will just draw themselves anyway. You know what I mean? So like, I'd like more replayability in it if I could. I think one way you could do it possibly would be to give a different aesthetic for the buses. Or not for the buses, a different aesthetic for the bus garage area. Maybe, you know, different things around the outside, different type, like expand the number of decorations, expand the flexibility of building this place, make offices a bit more meaningful. Right now it's just, you know, how many tiles in an office do you have? And I'm just sort of like, okay, well, maybe there's more diverse functions. Can I have, for example, maybe we train our own bus drivers. Maybe I don't really want to go to like the 2-point hospital or the 2-point route, but yeah, like maybe there's like some sort of a simulator or a testing station where we properly test and educate our drivers. You know, maybe we have classrooms that we can, you know, people get trained in instead of just this, you know, standard little, oh, train them for 2,000, go, and then they're gone for 12 hours. I don't know. I don't know exactly. This is one of those games, and it happens a lot. You know, especially if I haven't really given it much thought, as I kind of haven't. This is one of those games where I feel like it's almost great. But I don't know how to make it there. I don't know how to get it there. It's like there's something, I'm missing something. I want something more, you know? I don't know. Maybe you have an idea. Maybe we can group think this or crowdsource this, right? Like what do you think? Leave me in the comments. What could make the game better? What could make the game more replayable in this sense, right? Like that I think that's where I'm going with this. I'm also constantly receiving these new offers, but yet I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe one thing could be, and it would be a huge undertaking, so that's probably not good. But I'd like to maybe go on a ride along with one of the buses. Would have been cool. Which would be, I know it's like a huge development undertaking that probably would not be worth it. But if there was the way for me to say, I want to ride with this bus today, and then this bus I would actually follow it through the city, right? It had to generate the city. And I get it. That's not feasible as for development. That's way, way beyond the scope of development of the game. I get that. But it would have added like some cool sights, and I could have seen some things, but it's still passive. You know, that's still a passive experience. It's not an engaging experience. It's not something that really gets me, you know, hooked in it. I definitely want more flexibility with the scheduling. I want to be able to go into a route, like a bus route, and say Rensen route and edit. And I want to be able to not just see this broad sort of, oh, we'll have this many passengers at this time. Cool. That's great. Can I click somewhere in here, go to advanced settings, and just add a bus to this route? Just add a bus. Say, okay, we're running every 30 minutes, every 20 minutes. Cool. The only way to add a bus is to reduce the driving interval, right? Because when you reduce the driving interval, we run every 15 minutes, that kind of thing. That adds a bus, okay? But that's all day. I don't want to do it all day, right? I want to do it during only rush hour. Okay, fine, we can do it during rush hour. But what if let's say, for example, what if my route, not between 6 and 9, not necessarily between 4 and 7, but really 5 to 7, like a very specific time, 5 to 7, my buses are just a little more full than I'd like them to be. Why can't I just send one of my spare buses out for 2 hours, ride that route, and come back? Maybe that's just not how buses work. Maybe that's just not how these companies work. And that's fine, you know? Like, I'm just kind of spitballing here on little things. But that's the thing. That's the thing with this game. I think that's the summary with this game. It's little things. It's not a problem in a big scale. It's little things that could get me to play it to the end, right? I'm always looking at what could get me to play this game to the end, right? Look, it's 34.6 out of 35%. I actually almost got 35% coverage there. That's crazy. Let's do a quick route through Windsor here. So we want to connect Windsor, and I'm gonna say, where's that casino that I went to? There's a casino around here somewhere. I just don't remember where it is. Ooh, a shawarma place. Oh, we got to connect a shawarma place. Absolutely. Here, Patio Lounge is where this route starts. And then we go here, and then we go down here, right? Let's extend ourselves a little bit out into Windsor and maybe get some of these people connected, huh? Let's see. We'll go down this route, this road, and then we'll cut over to this road like this, and then we'll maybe bring it up this way. And a nonsensical route. It doesn't have to. It's not gonna like be a route that I don't schedule bus routes, right? So I'm thinking like, I guess I could have maybe done some research and said what do buses normally do with these routes? What kind of stops do what kind of patterns do buses make? I could have done that, and maybe it would have been a better series had I done that, you know. Could have said, hey, I could have used it as like an educational thing, like, hey, you know, this is how buses normally operate. But I mean, the way the game plays out with, you know, trying to get me to do certain things, there's not a lot of incentive, I guess, is where I'm going with this. There's not a lot of incentive to make it realistic. Like, if there was maybe you know, if you make it realistic, then it's more optimal, or you can save on costs or whatever, then maybe. But the way the money is in the game, and I think that maybe could be something. I could use a different difficulty that maybe gets me less money. for the various routes, you know? If I did a different difficulty that maybe made it a little more difficult to expand my fleet and survive, that might have been one way to create replayability too, I guess. Difficulty is always it's kind of a mixed bag, I would say. It's always a mixed bag in that a lot of times a difficulty bump in a game is just a stat bump, right? Like if you have enemies that you need to defeat, it's just, okay, well, they hit harder, you know? It's usually not something that is, you know, like they're actually smarter. They actually do something that's more meaningful. They spawn in more numbers, things like that. With games like this, it's almost always a stat bump, right? It's almost always like, well, you make less money now and things cost more. I don't know. You know what? Actually, I got it. I know what I would do with this game to create replayability, all right? I know what I would do with this game. And you're going to say, oh, don't do that, because a lot of people maybe don't like this. But I think it works. It's just this thing that maybe, like, I don't want to say a necessary evil, because I really don't think they're evil. And oftentimes they do add a lot more fun to games. Random events. I know. It's like a default, like, oh, let's everyone groan together. Oh. but it could work, right? And also, I really want to know when there are one-way streets, because having me wanting to bring my route around like this and then seeing it go back the other direction, ugh, I don't like that. I guess this is a one-way street. We'll go this way instead. Yep. And then I want to bring it down back to the stop, which was the patio lounge, right? Yeah, so we're gonna go up this way if it lets me. Yep. And then we go around. Maybe we'll stop right here. Connect to the patio lounge. Good. I'll just call this patio. Nope. I'm going to call this shawarma. Shawarma is good. Good color for shawarma being good. I mean, none of these colors are delicious per se. So I guess it's fine the way it is. Like, how do you have a delicious color? I don't know. 110. But look, there's a bump right here, right? So maybe we could just open this up to later. You know? Make this route run a little bit later, because there will be people who want shawarma. Yeah, see? They want shawarma. You can see it. This is how you add more buses to routes, right? You just make the interval quicker like this, right? And then you'll add more buses. But now look, like everything is all spiky now. I like it. So we'll just confirm this. And obviously it says we have a delayed assignment right now. So we'll just hit go and off the buses go. And then they just do the route, right? But now tomorrow I should have 35%. So let's see if I can, you know, I want to be honest about this. All right. I want to have it. If I'm going to put 8 Mile, Eminem's house, right? If I'm going to put that in the title of my video, you got to get there. Okay. You can't actually just tease it, you know, because I already know what I wanted to name the end video. I wanted to eventually get there, right? But I can't put that in my title if I don't actually get there. So you gotta be, you know, I'm not clickbaity. This channel doesn't clickbait. I mean, if I did, I'd probably have 200,000 subs by now. But I just don't. I don't like being baited, and so I don't bait. But the thing is, I do find myself clicking on things that are, you know, kind of clickbaity. I do find myself clicking on them sometimes, and it's, you know, maybe that's, I don't know. How could I clickbait you better? There you go. Tell me about that. How can we clickbait you better? I want to know. Tell me in the comments. Like, is there something I could do that would clickbait you that you wouldn't find annoying? You know? Should I put my face on all my thumbnails with a big, like, my mouth wide open and surprised face? Should I do that? Is that one way to do it? We could. It looks like I got my 35% now. So we're going to go in and we're going to research another expansion to the north. We need another one to the north. I believe he's like right here. It should be like right here, like around where this padlock is. It goes up this road. It meets up with the Edsel Freeway. Then it goes up here. And then right after kind of this wide open area, there's another residential zone like right here. And that's where 19946 Dresden Street is, right? If you're ever wondering, where's the house? That's not the place they use for filming, by the way. But that's just sort of like where the story goes and everything. 19946 Dresden Street. Okay. So we'll see if we can't connect it, and we're gonna call it the M&M route. And we're basically just gonna take, it's a straight shot, right? It's gonna be, you get into Detroit. I want to actually see how many people actually ride this route. We're gonna put a bus in the center of Detroit, right where the Detroit connector is. We're gonna start the route there, and then the bus's only stop in the whole route is 19946 Dresden Street. That'll be the only place this bus goes. And it'll just bring you to his house and back, and that's it. And then you're just there. And you could say, as a matter of poetry, that you're trapped there. You could say that you're trapped on 8 Mile Road. Okay, the map is expanded again, and I actually have to expand one more time. Aw, I didn't know it. This road right here should be Osborne. This is Osborne. Sorry. This should be 7 Mile. Okay, this road right here is 7 Mile Road, and I don't know if you're actually gonna show me that it's 7 Mile Road. This is Dresden Street, and this is 7 Mile Road right here. So what we need to get to is 8 Mile Road, which is of course 1 mile north, and it's just cut off. I can't get to it. It's just a bit outside. So we need to go up north one more run, but this, right? This is 7 Mile, and this is Dresden Street. There you go. So I found it, right? But we obviously we need to go up just a little bit more this way. So we're gonna go into our research one more time and say north. And we're going to expand the map one more time and try to get there. Okay, so I've expanded the map one more time. We have Dresden Street here and 7 Mile here. And so we're just going to go up Dresden Street. And then we've got Maruso Park right here. And Maruso Park that's our little place we want to see to know where we're at. So we want to come over here, 2 roads. And it's up, and the address is on Dresden Street, so it's gonna have to be here. Yeah, it's right here. So Eminem's house, it's right here. So we're gonna make a route, and we're gonna pop it right where his house is, which is pretty much right here. All right, now it's gonna say it's Pulaski Elementary School, but it's not. It's not. And then 8 Mile is up right here. This is 8 Mile Road, right? So he's off 8 Mile Road, near Maruso Park. All right, and it's just a road down from Maruso Park, basically, near Fairmount Drive, and that's what this is. So this is Eminem's house. So we're gonna take this. That's the start, okay? And it's a tourist destination. So we need to hook it up like all the tourists. So you can get there from the M1 rail line stop. Yeah, it's crazy. You can get there from the M1 rail line stop. There it is. And then it just takes you all the way down. And it brings you all the way back. And it drops you off again. There, done. That's the stop right there. Yeah. And we can edit this, and we could say it's Eminem's house. And it's obviously got like the best level stop, obviously. And then that's it. That's Eminem's house as a stop, and that's it. And this is gonna be I want to say the trap, but I think we'll just call it Eminem, the Eminem tourist route. So everyone can go and see the trailer, okay? And there. Now let's see how many people would like to ride on our wonderful route. How many people would like to ride? Oh, up to 15. We need 2 buses. Up to 50. I think we should probably do it every hour. We should say, this bus runs once a day. Yeah, every 3 hours we do for this route, okay? Confirm. And obviously we need a bus that goes to Eminem's tourist route. And I think this little buddy right here is our bus for that. So there you go. And actually I'm gonna paint it because this is gonna be our only small bus left. And so we're gonna need to paint this bus and we're gonna just go all silly with it, okay? This is not gonna look like every other bus. This is gonna look very different from the other buses, okay? So we wanna make it a little darker just so it kind of goes with our theme. But then we're gonna do some silly stuff. We're gonna say that it kind of goes like this, right? You can kind of do one of these numbers like that, right? And then maybe it comes from underneath the bus and it comes around and does one of these numbers too, right? It's got like a cloud, like a cloudy look to it, you know? And then maybe we go a little softer, we go a little bit smaller here, and maybe we do something crazy like some yellow. Oh, this like piss yellow color. That's perfect. And then we maybe we just I don't know. Again, it could just be just like this really strange, crazy looking design, you know? Like this is just a fun bus. Everyone wants to ride the fun bus. Okay? And this is where all the kids will come here and they'll be like, "Whoa, did you guys see the fun bus?" Yes, we did. Look at this. This is got like these big red streaks about it. I have no idea why. I know, it's crazy. I don't know what they're thinking here when they painted this thing. If we could do a color, do like a purpley color, and maybe we just make the whole front end purple. I don't see why not. Yeah, the whole front end could be purple, and the whole back end will make it like a bright, it's already got red. We need like green. That's what we need. We need green. Yes, green is going to be our color. So we're going to say bright green. And then we're going to come back here. And the whole back side of the bus is green. All right. It's just a green in the back. Just this really god-awful, gaudy green. This is the party bus. Everyone wants to ride this bus. All right. It's a graffiti bus, basically. It's like we took graffiti to it. This is change the color a little more yellow here. Maybe we just need a little more squiggly lines here with this. I think so. Maybe like a streak across the middle, because why not? Okay, so there's our party bus, right? Everyone will love it. I think everyone's gonna love our party bus. Oh, look at that thing. That thing is disgusting. And that bus is, yep, off it goes. It's already started. It's time to start the M&M route. There it is, the M&M tourist route. Oh, I'm sure we're gonna get plenty of customers on that. I do wanna see it. It's got to drive all the way out here to start. We probably should have started the route in Detroit. I mean, the start of the route is way out here. It's such a pointless thing. We really should start it. Yeah. So does anyone in this area want to ride the bus? No? Anyone want to get on? Around 8 Mile? So now you know, if you're ever wondering how far outside the city does he live. Well, there you go. It was way out here. Yeah. There you go. All these manufacturing areas, right, where he worked in the, walk across here and get into this area and for work and everything. And then he just rides the bus. Yeah. Oh, and then we need another. Oh, we need two buses? No, we don't need 2 buses for this. We don't need 2 buses for this. Don't tell me I need 2 buses for this. I have to save that paint. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's full. Yes, 33 people want to go out and check out Marshall Mathers Land. On this disgusting bus. I mean, it's probably very clean on the inside. Everything's very clean, actually, with the bus. It's just the paint job that's disgusting. But the party bus is full, dude. And it's all going out here. And they're going to check out Eminem's house. There they go. Oh, I don't even think that many people could fit in there at a time. So they're going to have to just wait. Yeah, they're just going to have to sit out here and wait. And they obviously don't come back. We never bring them back. No. Of course, why would we want to do that? Don't bring them back to the city. Leave them near 8 Mile. That's what we want to do. And apparently now the bus is out of service now. So it's going to come back to the depot. And then I have to immediately assign it again because it only runs every 3 hours. There it is. Oh, this disgusting little Siddo. I like it. You know what? We should do a new license plate for this. It's going to be Slim Shady. There it is. All right, you know what? Maybe we could even call it Aftermath, maybe. But there it is. It's got Slim Shady as the license plate. Love it. All right, guys. This has been... Oh, not operational. Why is that? Waterworld? Waterworld? No, not Waterworld. You're not going to Waterworld. You're going back to 8 Mile. What are you talking about, Waterworld? Waterworld's got a different bus. Anyway, this has been the City Bus Manager. I hope you've had a wonderful time. Maybe you'll want to join the party, ride the party bus too. I don't know. I like the game. I think it just needs, I'll say it needs late game polish. I think that's the good way to word it. It needs late game polish. And if you have any ideas, you can leave them in the comments. If you have any ideas, because I know the developers actually have seen the series. I don't know if they're still watching it, but I know that they've seen a couple of videos. I'm actually kind of collaborating with same publisher and stuff for a different game very, very soon, which you will see very, very soon, actually. But this I think it needs late game an incentive, right? When I mean by late game polish, I mean it needs an incentive for me to play it beyond this, right? Because otherwise it's just repetitive gameplay. I just add more buses and that's it. I don't know what they could do, right? I'm trying to think of what could they do with the game to incentivize me to want to play more than I already am. And I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what it is, but maybe if we crowdsource it, maybe you guys do. I hope you guys will join me for the next series on the channel. We've got lots of stuff happening here. We got XCOM just started today. That's a modded, super hard playthrough. I'm pretty stoked about that. It's gonna be a really wild ride. If you're into action, if you want something that's like, you know, I don't want to say something that causes you stress, but if you want to see me go through stressful situations with soldiers that are named after viewers of this channel in a very different playthrough for XCOM. Check it out. It's on the channel right now as of posting this video. And then we have Ixion very, very soon. Another game that I've been waiting for months. That game is starting up on very late in the day on December 6th. So I hope you guys will join me for that too. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.